Hey howdy hey everybody! It's been a while, I know. As you may have been able to tell, I've been a little busy with a little thing called How Incredible Stu Destroyed Everything. And I apologize for that. Because it's not that I haven't wanted to make videos on this channel, I just haven't had the time to. But now I do, so here we are. We're playing some more Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And you may be wondering to yourself, wait a minute, why are you on the main menu? Didn't you make a big deal at the end of the first episode talking about how you wanted to have a blind reaction to the Carnival Night Zone music, which they apparently screwed up, and that's true, and I still do. I have still yet to listen to it. However, there was a little bit of a problem. See, because it had been so long since I recorded, I had to close because usually what I do is I like to leave Sonic Origins open so that when I record the next day, it's ready to go. Don't need to do anything. The problem with that is that because it had been so long, I decided, you know, I should probably just close this so I can play other things on the Switch, which is what I did. But I made sure to back out to the main menu before I did that to make sure the save file would actually save my progress. So here's the problem. Now, when I actually go to... Oh, it doesn't even give you the option. Oh, ain't that a pip? Oh, wow. So I was going to show you that when you press continue, it launched, or at least when I press continue, it launched me into Angel Island Zone. Not even the beginning of Angel Island Zone, just a random checkpoint in Angel Island Zone for no reason at all. I don't know why. But now I don't even have the option. Here's me pressing right. Nope, it's not happening. It's not happening. I only have the option to press start to go to the title screen. So my progress has apparently been lost. I don't know why, but it has been. And to be honest with you, I don't really want to go through the original 3 zones again. Just don't have the patience for it, to be blunt with you. So, I don't like Sonic 3 and Knuckles enough to want to do that. So what we're going to do instead is make use of some cheat codes. So, apparently, if you press up, up, down, down, up, 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 and then start, there's a sound test option. And in the sound test option, you can access all the zones, which is good, because I don't want to play through all that again. This ain't exactly the most straightforward way to Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but this is Sonic Origins. And apparently save data isn't something that it likes to save for you, so what we're gonna do is also to make up for the Chaos Emeralds that we lost, I'm just gonna give myself Supersonic. If that bothers you, I'm sorry, but I don't particularly care, to be perfectly honest with you. I showed off the blue spheres, and I don't really want to go through all that again to get the Chaos Emeralds for a second time. So I'm just going to enter, it's 04, 01, 02, okay, so you have to do 4, and then you have to press A, I believe, then the same thing for 1, then 2, then 6, well, almost did it for 5, that was almost bad, 4, 1, 2, 6, and that apparently gives you Hypersonic. So, I guess I can show off Hypersonic, since I'm already doing this. I don't know if this is actually going to work, but you know what? We're going to give it a shot, and we're going to see how it goes. So now that we've done that, let's head up to Carnival Night Zone and get my blind reactions to the new music. For those who don't know, in case you for some magical reason you have been living under a rock and you don't already know this, they changed the OSD for a couple tracks. I believe that the ones they changed are Carnival Night Zone, Ice Cap Zone, and Launch Base Zone. I have not heard them. I've deliberately avoided listening to them, specifically for this video. So here it is. This is the moment of truth. We're just gonna listen to the music for a bit at the beginning. I'm not gonna jump straight into the game. We're just gonna listen for a bit. So let's go. Well, it's not awful. It's not the worst music I've ever listened to. It's not the Halo Comet Evolved Anniversary soundtrack. But I don't know, to be honest, I kind of expected it to be worse. To be totally blunt, I really thought it'd be worse. Now, let's make it crystal clear. It's not, because the thing is, Carnival Night Zone, I know how vain this is gonna sound. It just sounds like, okay, so let's try to see if that actually works. I believe you have to collect 50 rings, and then you have to jump twice. That did not work. Okay, it appears to have not worked, or maybe because I have the homing attack enabled. But inputting the cheat code to get myself hypersonic did not appear to work out as intended. But that's fine. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, let's try it now. Yeah, this it appears that I either, okay, can I stop drop dashing, please? I just want to land. I just want to land on the ground. Yeah, it appears that my attempts, I either input the cheat codes wrong or something. I don't know. I did something wrong because I don't have supersonic or hypersonic, or whatever. Yeah, so I know how vain this is gonna sound, but it just sounded like it belonged in a carnival. The original Carnival Night Zone music sounded appropriately composed to where you could listen to it and reasonably believe that it would play in a carnival setting. I don't know that I can say it the same thing for this, because it's not like it's awfully composed. It's not painful to listen to or anything. Obviously, it sounds nothing like the original. Let's not mince words. It sounds absolutely nothing like the original, but it's not some, because there's some, I guess I would always reference Halo Comet Evolved Anniversary when it comes to this stuff, because I really just absolutely despise, did I go backwards? Did I just go in a giant circle? I just went in a giant circle, didn't I? Comet Evolved Anniversary butchered the original soundtrack in just about, every way imaginable. Like, you can still recognize that they're supposed to be the original melodies they were going for, but they sound categorically worse across the board. I think Gareth Coker, who is the composer for Halo Infinite, or one of the 3 composers for Halo Infinite soundtrack, put it best when he said that it's not, the original Halo music isn't busy, because it's, I think, I don't know what word he used, but basically he described it as being a very reserved soundtrack, and that it's not just constantly busy action music where there's tons of notes playing all the time, and you can barely even keep up with it because it's just so cluttered. It's very deliberate in when it chooses to swell the music and when it chooses to play the notes in a frantic manner. But a lot of the time it just lets you kind of sit in the moment, and it's very, very calm. Music has never been my forte in terms of describing how a piece of music is orchestrated. If you want to listen to him actually describe it, just go listen to Gareth Coker's interview with, I believe it's Kiwi Talks. I'll link it in the description. And there's times. Well, I guess I could have. I think that the floating spike thing killed me. You can listen to. It's because it's timestamps. Skip to the part of the video where he talks about. Composing for Halo Infinite and kind of how he went back to play the original games and what he noticed while doing so about how the music is orchestrated. He talks a lot about how it's not just busy as action music. It's very, I don't know if he uses the word reserved, but that's basically what he goes for. But the Comet Evolved Anniversary isn't reserved or calm at all. It's bombastic. It's way too much happening at once. It sounds like all the musicians who are actually playing the music are constantly out of breath because they're just blowing so hard into their instruments. So yeah, it's just a worse version of the original soundtrack in every way imaginable. But you can still recognize that the melodies are the same. And obviously, with this game, they didn't have the original melodies to work with due to licensing reasons, which is why they had to reorchestrate them. So I guess the point I'm getting at here is, you don't necessarily have to recreate the original melody, because you might say, well, you just don't like it because it's not the original melody that they're going for, which is like, nah, it's not really what it is, because I think I would prefer, if you're gonna remake a soundtrack, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, why bother trying to reorchestrate a melody that's already perfect when you can instead try to do something new with it? So, you could have made a new, because obviously the challenge here is that they didn't have the original melodies to work with for licensing reasons, like I said. But that doesn't inherently mean that it was going to be crap. I feel like I'm rambling at this one. There's no cogency to what I'm actually saying, but I got into a bonus stage. All right. Let's see. What do we win? That looks like badness. Yeah, that's bad. That's very bad. Okay, I get it. I suck. I get it. I didn't win the lottery. That's okay. That's okay. Also, I didn't want to get into a Sonic 1 special stage. I'd like to leave. I'd like to not do this. Can I leave? Let's leave. Let's leave. I think I've had enough of Sonic 1 special stages. Thank you. The point I'm trying to get at here is that if you're in a situation where you're remaking the original soundtrack and you have the choice between remaking the original, just taking the original melody and simply reorchestrating it to keep it as close to the original as possible, I don't think that's your best option. I think I would much rather you try to do something new with it to justify the existence of a remake or justify remaking it in the first place. If that makes any sense. I really don't know if I'm coming off as even halfway cogent right now. I feel like it's just more of a stream of consciousness than anything else. But oh no, Tails, you're letting me down. Tails, my guy. I guess the parallel could be in terms of movies, because like the Lion King remake just has no reason to exist, because it's just a shot-for-shot remake in every sense of the word, or every sense of the phrase, rather. And that absolutely nothing of substance is added to the story. It's like there's extra scenes, but none of them mean anything. Most of it is just beat for beat the original Lion King, except slower and except slower and worse, making you ask the question of slower and worse in terms of pacing, acting, just everything really, just worse all around, honestly. Which makes you wonder, what was the point of making it at all? Now, obviously, the reason for that is because money. That was the obvious reason why the movie was made. But if you want to appeal to some sense of artistic integrity and creativity, then when it comes to remaking something, be it a music or a game or whatever, I feel like it is more to your benefit to try to do something new with it, because the original is always going to be there. The original will always be there as its own self-contained thing that you can't really damage with the remake. That's why the remake of Aladdin hasn't really harmed my love for the original Aladdin in any way, because the original is always going to be there, whereas the remake stands as its own thing. Like, I hate the remake, make no mistake. It's an absolute butchering of the classic story of Aladdin. But it's not like it's a sequel that butchers the... Put it this way. There's a reason why Return of Jafar made my worst movies of all time list, and the Aladdin remake didn't. Because the Aladdin remake just is its own thing, whereas Return of Jafar is a direct sequel. Now, you may ask yourself, well then why did Lion King make the list? And the reason why is just because there was clearly no element of effort put into it at all. I can believe that the people in charge of the Aladdin remake tried, they wanted to do something new with it. Because there are scenes in the Aladdin remake that aren't in the original. They tried to add their own unique spin to the story. It's crap, but they didn't have to be, right? Like, they clearly tried. There was an effort to put something in there that would have changed the story in a significant and meaningful way. They just failed miserably. So that's kind of why Lion King remake makes the list and the Aladdin remake didn't. But the point of this tangent, this really is just a stream of consciousness at this point. I apologize. Hopefully, you're still following along with what I'm saying, because I'm not even sure I'm following along with what I'm saying anymore. But the point of this is that, to circle back to the music, which is how we started this whole tangent, if you're in a situation where you have to remake the music, and it's not necessarily the best choice to just try to rip the original melody and reorchestrate it for the sake of because that's really, if you listen to Comet Evolved soundtrack and Comet Evolved Anniversary soundtrack back to back, all you're gonna think is it's just the same, but one sounds, again, I don't even know how to describe it, more reserved, more deliberate, less frantic, less busy. I don't know what the term is to properly describe it, but one is gonna sound significantly better than the other, but they both have the same melodies, whereas, which makes you wonder what the point is in the first place. But they were in a situation here, specifically in regards to this game, they were in a situation, I would like that water thing, can I get that, please? Can I please? Alright, never mind, I don't want the water thing anyway, it's not worth it, it's not worth the hassle of going to get the water thing. But they were in a situation here where they didn't even have the option of using the original melodies, and I don't think that was to their detriment. They absolutely could have made a new melody that sounded, that kept the same, because it's not about just keeping the same melody, it's about keeping the same general tone and feeling that the song, or that the original track offers, which is that it was kind of like with Battle for Bikini Bottom, something, because again, I don't, music has never been my forte, so trying to analytically talk about it has never been something that I'm good at. So what I've always tried to say about Battle for Bikini Bottom soundtrack is that it just, they all sound like musical tracks that would play in the area that you're in, to the point where I firmly believe if I played each piece of the soundtrack to a random person who had no context, with no context other than the names of all the levels in the game, or the worlds rather, and what their general aesthetic tone was, I really believe that if I just played them all the individual tracks, that they would be able to almost entirely accurately tell me which area each track came from, because they all just sound like they fit the tone of the world that they came from so perfectly. So they could have made a track that sounds befitting of a Carnival Night Zone with a different melody, but I honestly don't think that this does. I just genuinely do not believe this fits the style that this zone needs at all. And if you ask me to qualify that, and it's like, well, what about it do you think makes it not fit this tone? I don't know that I can do that, because like I said, music isn't my specialty, so I don't know how to give you a substantive argument other than just saying I don't think this sounds like it should, tonally speaking, which is a weak point to make. I'm aware of that, but it's unfortunately the best I got. This really just listening to it, and I usually have a very gut reaction to music. Like, I will either immediately say, wow, this is amazing, or wow, this is crap, or I'll just have no reaction to it at all. And that I think is almost the worst situation, is when a piece of music just has no impact on you at all. But I don't know. I should just stop talking. I should honestly just stop talking. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. This has devolved into such a random stream of consciousness. I doubt anyone's still listening at this point. I don't even. Well, let's focus on the level, shall we? I think we're getting close to the end. Are we? Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea how long this level is. All I remember. By the way, I guess I can talk about that to kind of mix up the conversation a little bit and stop talking about music and remakes and a bunch of stuff that I think I've lost any semblance of a point of. I don't like Carnival Night Zone. I really don't. I just don't. It just, partially because it's a bit too long for my liking. I feel like it's a bit unnecessarily padded in terms of how the level's laid out, and it's utterly convoluted design. But, so yeah, it's whatever. I guess what I could say is, I think the one good part of it is gone now, which that being the music, so now I have nothing to hold on to. But also, this is only one of the 3 remade tracks for this game. So, who knows what Ice Cap and Launch Base Zone have in store for me. But I remember, Carnival Night Zone, I'm not a big fan of, like I said. But Ice Cap Zone, I really like Ice Cap Zone. Or maybe not, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. I like Ice Cap Zone. I somewhat remember enjoying Ice Cap Zone, but I really remember loving the Ice Cap Zone theme. The music of Ice Cap Zone is top tier. So, maybe I didn't have a particularly visceral reaction to this music. Depending on how they handle the next zone, might be a different story. Also, did we finally reach the final boss? Or of this zone, rather? Maybe. So I'm ready to go to Ice Cap now. I've been recording for 20 minutes. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about this stuff. I don't blame you. So can we just fight the boss and get on with it already? I have 78 rings. I really don't know what I did wrong with, Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought you had to jump. Like you had to jump and then jump again to activate Hypersonic. I pressed X. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I didn't think that was gonna work. I had every intention of fighting this boss. I really did not think that was going to work, because I thought that the way you activated Hypersonic was by jumping and jumping again. That's not what I did there. I jumped and then I pressed the X button. Alright. Sure. I guess that's how that worked. Okay, we're gonna go quiet again now, because now it's time for Ice Cap Zone, and Ice Cap Zone is great. Love Ice Cap Zone's theme. So you better not screw this up. Don't do it. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, no, no. Kill it with fire, please. Burn the sheet music. Yeah, that's me. That's how I feel listening to this music. Oh my... Ugh. Now, here's the problem. I can't give you any more than that other than simply saying, ugh. Because I don't know music. I don't have... I never studied music theory. I never took any music class. That's not true. I did take a music class in middle school. I took, in 6th and 7th grade, I took music classes. However, what music class consists of in 6th grade is studying the periods of music. So you study the Romantic period, or the Classical period, or the Impressionist period, and then you study the Circle of Fifths. Let me tell you, the Circle of Fifths is drilled into my head. That much is true. Oh wait, I forgot I have to actually do something here. Where do I get off? Is it here? I think that opens up a pathway, right? Maybe? Okay, I thought that I probably have to write it, hold on. I think I have to get on that and then actually write it into the next section. Right? Am I correct? Yes, okay. I knew you had to do that. That jump scared me, I'll be honest with you. I knew you had to stand on that in order to get it to open up a pathway to the next section. I just didn't know you had to be on it to do that. Anyway, so yeah, the Circle of Fifths is drilled into my head, but I never studied music theory or anything you would actually need to learn to have any grasp of what makes a song sound mellifluous and pleasing to the ear. Excuse me, sorry. So, and then the other problem is that it was a semester-long class. Like, it wasn't calling it a music class is honestly a bit generous. It wasn't a class, it was an elective. And I say this with nothing but love in my heart, because let me tell you, my music teacher in 6th grade might be my favorite teacher I've ever had. Just no choice about it. I absolutely adored her. She was fantastic. She cared a lot about her student. Well, she cared a lot about the students that gave a crap about her class, which was not many of them. Which I guess, now that I said it out loud, it makes it sound like a teacher's pet. But I didn't try to be that. I just did the things. Oh my lord. I just did, because when you say the term teacher's pet, you immediately have a very negative impression of what that means, in terms of, like, this is the person that always snitches out the other students in the class and a bunch of other stuff, but that was never what I was. I just did the work that was assigned to me, and I kind of let her, I never really got involved with any of the things that made her scream at people. So, I imagine that for many people, or for many students, she was not their favorite teacher, but for me, she was nothing but pleasant to me. In fact, she actually came to the opening night of my 6th grade school play, which I still have, oh my lord, I still have, recorded on DVD somewhere. But yeah, that's a fond memory. Oh wait, this is gonna get me killed, hold on. Okay, this is a matter of timing. I have to stand here, please. Or drop, please, thank you. Oh, that's a tight window. Okay, hold on. Let me get a spin dash ready. Drop. There we go. And we're free. No death for us today. I'll take a checkpoint now. I will accept a checkpoint any day now. Yeah, so, once again, I've entered into a stream of consciousness. The point of this is that I don't know how to, I am not an expert in music in any discernible way. So I'm not the person to go to for musical analysis. There are plenty of people on YouTube that do a much better job of that than I do. And I'm fascinated by listening to them because they teach me stuff that I would have no way of learning on my own. But, so yeah, that was my 6th grade music elective. 7th grade was just a joke. I wasn't even, it should have been called band. It wasn't, it was not music, it was band. It was chorus and then it was band. It was, you sing, because in 6th grade there was the music class and then there was the after-school choir that you could go to, which, in case you were curious, I was in. Partially because of the teacher. Won't try to hide that. It just, oh right, this. I was wondering what I was doing wrong. I have to push this onto the thing, and then away we go. I was in chorus 6th grade, but chorus in 7th grade wasn't an after-school thing. It was just, that was the class. But then the teacher that I mentioned left after the 1st semester. So 2nd semester, they brought in some hack to do her job for her. And I say hack because, well, she wasn't qualified to do her job at all. She just, I have no problem saying that because she just wasn't. She had no idea what she was doing at all. She may have been qualified to teach a band class, and that's a strong maybe, but to teach a choir? Nah. Not even remotely. Because it became banned. It never, for the second semester it wasn't even, or sorry, not second semester. It wasn't, because it wasn't even, like 6th grade, it wasn't even a full year long course. It was just a semester long elective, so it wasn't even halfway through the school year. That was needlessly rude. There we go. I was probably supposed to, that was not nice of you. I was probably supposed to hit that so that it could actually take me to the next part of the level. But I panicked because I have PTSD from the last spring that I hit. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now don't fall after having come this far. Nope, I saw that. I'm on the lookout for you now, Spring. Can't fool me this time. I don't think I was touching that. I'll go back and look at it in editing, but I'm pretty sure I was not touching that spring. I am pretty damn sure Sonic was not touching that spring. Anyway, it wasn't after the first semester. It was after the. Am I dead? No, I'm not. It was halfway through the semester. It was a semester-long course that was cut in half. Well, not cut in half, but the material of the course was definitely cut in half because obviously the course teacher left, so it became band practice after that, which was not what I signed up for. Anyway, the point of this stream of consciousness that I've just been on is that I've not taken any music classes. I was in high school, sometimes study hall would be moved to the band room. I know, that sounds really stupid and counterintuitive to have study hall in a room where loud music is being played, but sometimes study hall proctors weren't available, and so that was what we did. Which was, you know, went about as you could expect, went about as well as expected. Now, in fairness, oftentimes what would happen there is that the band teacher would understand that study hall students had been moved into her classroom, so she's like, alright, everyone gets a study hall then, because it's not fair to those guys trying to study if we're making loud music. So points to her to that. But sometimes that didn't happen, and sometimes it's like, nope, we got a recital coming up, or we got a performance or whatever, we gotta go. You guys have to deal. So that was great. But that's the closest I ever got to actually studying music. My dad tried to teach me how to play the guitar in elementary school with not super stellar results, but, you know, there was an attempt that was made. But the point of this long tangent that I feel like I'm getting more and more rambly and less cogent the longer I talk is that I have never studied music, and therefore I can't tell you why this sounds like absolute steaming hot garbage. But it does. Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat what I said last zone about how you don't change perfection, because it's just, you don't. I guess I can respect them for trying to take it in a new direction. However, simply taking it in a new direction doesn't automatically give you points. But, yeah, so it's just, and again, it's not the case that it's just because it's not this exact same melody that I have a problem with it, because as I just spent probably way longer than anybody should have spent talking about it, I don't actually mind that the melodies aren't the same, because we could get another great melody. It would never replace the original. Why is this game so needlessly cruel to me? Not this time. Gonna have to try harder than that, pal. Okay. Oh, hi there. Is there a ring in this room? Or something? There's not a ring in this room. But there is a thing up there. Alright then, moving along. Oh, no! Moving along then. Anyway, yeah, it's... I would welcome... it would obviously... Oh, I screwed that up. Obviously, the new melody would never replace the original. But, doesn't mean it couldn't have been great. And I would have welcomed a great one. But man, this is not what would fit that bill at all. So yeah, I now finally understand where all the reviled hate for this soundtrack is coming from, and it is well deserved. And I haven't even heard Launch Base yet. For all I know, that could be the worst one. But to be honest with you, of those three tracks, the two that stuck out in my mind the most clearly were Carnival Night Zone and Ice Cap Zone. With Ice Cap Zone being the standout because obviously I actually really, really love the Ice Cap Zone remix, or Ice Cap Zone music. God, I almost just said a heretical thing. But Launch Base Zone, I'm honestly not even sure what the main theme actually sounds like. But I will listen to it again before... Oh my good lord. Before we actually leave Ice Cap Zone in a second, I'll listen to it again. Okay. Well, that was a cakewalk. I think that boss went faster than the last one when I had Hypersonic activated. So, make of that what you will. Okay. So do I have to manually go to the next stage, or will it take me there automatically? I probably have to manually go there, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, I can't pause the game. But the timer isn't going up anymore, so we're gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit here for a second and listen to Launch Bay Zone again.
A few inches later.
Damn, okay, so Launch Bay Zone is actually like an actual banger. I don't know how I didn't remember that. That is an amazing musical track. Damn, I can't wait to see how well orchestrated the new one is. It keeps getting worse. How does it keep getting worse? I don't, man. Can we go back to Carnival Night Zone? Can we actually go back to Carnival Night Zone? Because, you know what? I will take that any day of the week over this. I actually, unironically, would rather listen to We don't talk about it. That was all part of the plan. It was actually calculated. I knew that dropping off at that exact point would land me on the homing attack. That was completely calculated, and you can't convince me otherwise. Wow, it actually keeps getting worse. Now, admittedly, I'm not listening to the full thing. I'm listening to the first few seconds of it, so I guess I technically can't judge that in its entirety. But from what little I've listened to, not impressed at all. And it keeps drifting. Each track drifts further and further away from the tone it's trying to go for, which is getting very frustrating. I thought Carnival Night Zone, because to be completely honest with you, when I heard Carnival Night Zone, I thought, okay, well, it's not good. But I think people might be a little over-exaggerating how bad it is. And then I heard Ice Cap Zone, and I thought, oh, never mind. Wow, I apologize for all the people who I thought were crazy for thinking this was exceptionally bad. Then I heard Launch Bay Zone, and then I said, oh wow, this is actual garbage. This is steaming hot diarrhea in music form. Got it, okay. Someone just did their business on a sheet of musical notes, and then they called it a day. Okay. And you know what makes it even worse? Is that all these zones are back to back. So you hear this peak cringe one after the other. And it does not get any better. Also, where are we going? Okay, I guess we're going that way. I guess I expected to be automatically let off. I didn't expect to have to actually manually do it. Oops, speed shoes have been activated. Let's see how quickly this screws us over. Honestly, it's to the point where I'm actually want to get 50 rings to activate Hypersonic just so I can stop listening to this. We're almost there. A few more rings. No, and I lost them all. I had to jinx it. I lost them all. I will try to get you away. Did I just go in a circle again? I believe I did. Yes, sir, I did. Okay, well. Hey, it happened again, huh? It happened to, yeah, okay. Well, that was me just jumping into the spikes, but that swinging, that was close. That swinging thing could, no! I'm surprised and happy that I had the reflexes to actually react to that in time, so that I could stop myself from getting flung out the room. Okay, well, we were almost at 50 rings and then I blew it, so, and at this point we're probably near the end of the stage. Well, I say that, but Sonic 3 stages tend to go on for quite a bit, so we might have more time to escape this hell than I thought. I almost went straight off the edge. All right, swing me across. Thanks. Also, I believe this is the end of the Sonic 3 stages, which means we're reaching the end of the fun, because I believe I've said for years that Sonic 3 Knuckles is my least favorite of the trilogy, which I know is probably a controversial thing to say because I've heard so much love for this game. And I will admit that so far, it's a lot better than I thought. It is a lot better. This part of the game... Tails? Okay, I thought Tails was blocking me from getting inside, but I guess I just kept missing the hitbox. So far, this is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I really expected that this would be way, way worse than it is when I sat down to record it. But, it's not so far, thankfully. However, this was never really the part of the game that I hated. The part of the game that I hated, like actually despised, is the Sonic and Knuckles stages. The Sonic 3 stages I always just never felt that strongly about, I guess. But this time around I've really, really enjoyed... Oh wait, I have Hypersonic now. Hold on. You're free. You're free. You are free from the hell of the new musical tracks. Unfortunately, I now have to account for platforming with... Okay, this may have been a really bad place to activate hypersonic, because every move you make is suddenly a lot faster, which means you have to account for a more sensitive control stick. Oh no. And then everyone died. Thanks, Knuckles. You're the best. What did I do? Okay. I guess this is what we're doing now. Alright, cool story, bro. On we go, then. And hypersonic activates... I don't die when I run out of rings, right? I just turn out of super form. It'd be really awkward if I died. Alright. I didn't get a checkpoint, did I? Oh, did I? Oh, I did. Okay, that's cool. Thanks. I was going too fast. I didn't even realize I hit a checkpoint. Cool. Also, I don't think it was running out of rings that killed me. I think it was that I ran out of rings and then I swung into the spike of doom. So, it was just bad timing all around. But yeah, I probably picked a bad time to activate hypersonic because I just needed... That required precise jumps, and when you move as fast as hypersonic does, you are anything but precise with your movement controls, or movement patterns, rather. Is launch base is 2 acts, right? Because that felt like it could have been building up to a final confrontation there, but I'm pretty sure there are 2 acts to launch base. As there have been for all the other ones. Yeah, okay. Act 2. We still got one more section to go before we reach the proper end of the Sonic 3 part of Sonic 3 Knuckles. And then, from here on out, it's only hell. Because I really have no positive feelings towards Sonic and Knuckles at all. But then again, I also had minimal positive feelings. I had very lukewarm / neutral feelings towards the first half of Sonic 3. And I still don't like Carnival Night Zone. That's never gonna change, I don't think. I still really don't like Carnival Night Zone. But the rest of it, I've honestly had a blast. Oh, well, this wasn't part of the plan. I've honestly had more fun than I thought I was going to playing through Sonic 3 again. Which is great. I'm glad. Now, I will say, not a fan of Sonic Origins screwing me over multiple times when it comes to save data, because it happened once with... The hell was that? It happened once with Sonic the Hedgehog, after I beat Sonic Hedgehog 2, when it didn't save my progress in the story mode for beating Death Egg Robot. Also, is my elevator just gone? Can I not get my elevator back now? It appears that I cannot get my elevator back. It appears that it has flown off without me, so, I choose death. Never mind, I destroyed the thing that can kill me. Where else can we go? Okay, there we go. I respawned it in. Leaving the screen, respawned in the thing. So let's... If I can get up here... What if I just don't press anything? Okay, the key to using that is to not press anything in the control stick. And that'll get you up there. And that's the secret to... Oh my god, I overjumped it. I overjumped it. Well, looks like we don't need to do that because I can just get back here and try again. Cool. Yeah, this wound up being a way more positive experience than I expected it to be, except for the save file thing, because like I said, in story mode, it didn't save my progress after I beat the Death Egg Robot, and I definitely made sure to save and go back to the main menu, specifically to prevent that from happening. But then I thought, okay, well maybe it's just a one-time thing. But apparently, it transcends Sonic 3 too, and the thing is, it's not even like it erased all my storage, or all my save data. It specifically erased me back to one very specific checkpoint in Angel Island Zone. And not even the beginning of the zone, just a random checkpoint. I don't understand why or how it happened. So I guess, because I'll be candid in admitting that I've been extremely fortunate in the amount of technical issues that I've encountered while playing this collection, because I am not ignorant to the fact that many people have had some questionable experiences with the game so far. But really, the biggest technical issue that I've faced was that one broken thing in Oil Ocean Zone where I got catapulted into the corner of the map and I got stuck there. And then I had to swim through the oil ocean to actually get out of it. So that was not ideal. But that was as bad as things got until I got to the freaking words of are escaping me right now. Sorry. Until I got to the end of Sonic 2. Or rather, the beginning of Sonic 3 when I started to try to record Sonic 3, and then it told me to screw up because my story mode save data had not been had not been saved. And I could have gone back to beat Sonic 2 again, but I just beat Sonic 2. I don't want to play it again. And it gives me the option to jump straight into Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so didn't see any reason not to do that, and so I did. But it's just a tad annoying. Also, let's not run out of oxygen. Can you take me above water, please? Yes, you can. Ask and thou shalt receive. Ask and thou shalt receive. Unfortunately, I was gonna say I have one ring. Now I have no rings, so to be very cautious moving forward here. I really should have activated Hypersonic when I had a chance. I had the thought that I should as soon as I reach 50 rings, I thought I should activate Hypersonic just to be on the safe side. And then I got hit, and I lost the rings, so wasted my chance to actually do that. But it's fine. It's okay. We will keep moving on. And boss time? Maybe boss time? This feels too soon for a boss. Ow! Or maybe it is boss time? I guess it is boss time. It seems to be easy boss time. He says as he gets embarrassingly hit. But this appears to be easily exploitable. Is that it? You know, the bosses are putting up much less of a fight than I thought they were going to. I feel like I don't remember the bosses going down this easily. Oh, hey, buddy. How's life? We're about to play your section of the game. Oh, no, he hit me. How rude. And down he goes. Bye. Enjoy your part of the game. I'm not controlling this, right? No, okay, it's scripted. I was pretty sure I wasn't controlling it. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, this signals the end of the Sonic 3 stages. Next up, we're heading into Sonic and Knuckles territory. Still just frequently pressing buttons in case I do have to actually do something, but no, I don't. Oh, never mind. Alright, well, looks like we've... Well, I was going to say we found the answer for why the boss went down so easily, and then that happened. Wow, of all the times to jump, I picked the absolute worst one. Okay, never mind. That's why the boss went down so easily, although as I say that second phase of the boss didn't exactly take that much more effort to go down. In fact, I kind of steamrolled through this first phase pretty quickly. So who knows? This is gonna be annoying. Not because it's hard, because as you just saw right there, it's not. But it's because I have to sit through this every time I have to get back to that boss. I thought that it was too short for its own good, though. I'm pretty sure the stage was longer than that. This feels like there might be an exploit in here we can take advantage of. I just need to jump at a better time. Like, not there. Oh, what? Okay. I guess there was a thing above him I didn't see. Give me the ring. Thank you. I didn't realize there was a floating spike above him. Fortunately, that floating spike wasn't there for that attempt. And he's dead. Yeah, that wasn't much harder. I thought that was... Oh, wait. Is there another phase? Hold on. Let me stop talking. Yeah, there's another phase. There's another phase. There's another phase. Okay. I should just stop talking. I should honestly just stop talking. But you know what the best part is that I'm probably gonna have to... When I lose this, I'm gonna have to fight all of these phases in one run without dying. Okay. Oh my god. Oh wait, can you not fall off this platform? Because I definitely should have died there, but it looked like Sonic went into the I'm floating on a propeller thing. Or a jet, rather. A jet stream that's propelling me upward and I cannot fall off. That would be convenient. That's less... Oh, well, now we're dead. Now it's over. Now it's over. Now with no rings, the battle is actually just over. Come on, give me another free hit. Free hit. How many hits does it take to get to the center of the Eggman? Oh, Jesus. Okay, don't take any chances. Don't make risky moves. You're gonna go up there, that's fine. You do that. Just wait for the safe hits. Yes! Okay! Are we done? Are we done now? Give me the goal sign. Or do something. Do something to signify the end of the level. Anything? Yes! Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, I did not think that was gonna end well at all. I did not remember there being 3 back-to-back boss battles, the first 2 of which are absolute jokes, and the third of which gave me a panic attack because I lost my 1 ring. I thought it was all over. Oh my lord. Okay, so now we're back to good music. We're also back to the part of the game that I really am not looking forward to playing at all. I don't like Sonic and Knuckles. I never have. But let me tell you, the Sonic 3 part of the game, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Except Carnival Night Zone. Still don't like that. But Angel Island Zone, Hydrocity Zone, Marble Garden Zone, Ice Cap, and Launch Base are both great. Ice Cap is probably my favorite zone. I think Ice Cap is still my favorite zone. It's hard to pick, though. I have some nostalgia for Angel Island Zone, but I think Ice Cap is probably going to be my favorite zone overall. And Launch Base is close, though. Yeah, that was great. That was a lot of fun. The music's crap. They butchered the soundtrack, but still a lot of fun to play. Also, I've been recording for 54 minutes, so I'll be interested to see how long this video actually ends up being when it gets edited and released. So, we'll see how that works out. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this return to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I hope to catch you all next time for when we're going to start out the Sonic and Knuckles part of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That's a wordful, more mouthful, whatever. You know what I mean. Goodbye.